Hi, I'm Larry DeMarco. Thank you to Mark Ludwig for inviting me to present today. And thanks to all shared parenting advocates who are fighting for the rights of our children to have both parents in their lives. This visual representation will demonstrate how the presence of fathers in children's lives, particularly boys, is central in the discussion of obtaining gender equality for men. When we talk about the challenges that men face, it's not just about one thing. The disadvantages pile up and they're connected. One triggers the other, and before long you have a whole web of struggles in education, health, the legal system, especially when it comes to parenting. So we're going to go through the key items of male disadvantage, but the big idea, these issues don't exist in silos. They overlap, and they all impact the ability of dads to stay involved in their children's lives. And you'll see a pattern. These challenges are often connected back to custody, parental rights, and the need for a legal presumption of equal shared parenting, unless there's a clear case of abuse or violence. The default matters shared parenting, and we'll show you why. Let's start with education. Boys today are falling behind in school. They're more likely to drop out, less likely to go to college, and often end up in lower paying or more dangerous jobs, which can lead to injury and disability, and then ultimately homeless. It's easy to see how all this leads to mental health issues and depression as well. And here's the link to parenting. When fathers are present, children do better in school. Next, health. Men live shorter lives. They take on riskier jobs, and when their physical health declines, so does their mental health. That means they're more likely to struggle in the workplace, and yes, more likely to lose access to their kids. Shared parenting doesn't just benefit the children, it keeps dads connected, and that connection could literally save lives. 3. The boy crisis. This one hits close to home. We have a generation of boys growing up without fathers, and we're seeing the consequences: anxiety, loneliness, aimlessness, which manifests itself in lower grades and later lower achievement in the workplace. Shared parenting is one of the best tools we have to turn this around. Keep fathers in the picture, and that helps boys stay grounded and break the cycle. 4. False allegations. This one's tough, but we have to talk about it. False allegations, especially in family court, can wreck a man's life. The emotional toll at the top, the financial cost in the middle, the damage to his reputation, and worst of all, the bottom, the separation from his kids. We need stronger penalties for false claims, and we need a system that doesn't jump to conclusions before hearing both sides. 5. Victims of violence. Here's something you don't hear enough. Men are victims too. They face higher rates of violent crime. But when they're the victims, especially in domestic violence situations, they often get ignored, ridiculed, or dismissed. This leads to depression and poor mental health, problems at work, underemployment, and then financial problems. And when that happens, it impacts their custody rights because in court, they're seen as the problem and not the victim. We all know this one: unequal parenting rights is the problem and shared parenting is the cure. Family court is not on a level playing field. Fathers often have to fight just to be in their children's lives. That separation takes a huge toll emotionally and psychologically. And the bottom, financially, leading to underemployment and emotional security, and of course creating the boy crisis, as we discussed earlier. It's time to flip the script. Children need both parents, and the default should be about shared parenting. 7. Legal system bias. Let's be honest. Our legal system has blind spots. Men are more likely to be arrested, charged, and even give longer sentences. And in family court, they often walk in with 2 strikes against them. The bias drains financial resources for legal fees and bills, damages mental health, and erodes trust in the legal system. If we want fairness, we need equal footing from the start. 8. Intimate partner intimate partner violence and abuse. There are men right now being abused by their partners who feel like they can't tell anyone. Why? Because they think that no one will believe them because there are fewer shelters, fewer resources, and more stigma. That silence costs men their mental health and in custody battles too. 9, homelessness. Most people don't connect fatherhood with homelessness, but they should. Many dads lose their homes after losing custody, the court fees, the child support they can't keep up with, and emotional breakdowns. Pushes them over the edge. Shared parenting could help prevent that. 10, workplace injury and death. Men are still doing the riskiest jobs: construction, logging, electrical, mining, you name it. And when they get hurt or killed, their families suffer. Why are we okay with putting men in harm's way and then denying them full participant as parents? Reproductive and adoptive rights. Women have reproductive autonomy, men not so much. From paternity fraud to being shut out of adoption decisions and the CPS process, men often have no say. This creates emotional distress and less involvement, of course, in their children's lives. 12, media bias. Here's the thing about the media. When men are portrayed, it's often as villains or fools. That bias spills into the courtroom, into policies, blaming the accuser without scrutiny, and how society treats fathers in custody decisions. It's subtle, but it's powerful. It also leads to fewer resources for intimate partner violence. We need to change the story. Fatherhood isn't just important, it's essential. Every one of these 12 issues is serious, but when you connect the dots, you see how they all lead back to fatherhood and how a legal presumption of shared parenting can solve them. It's not just about fairness for men. It's about what's best for families, for communities, and our future. Let's make equal shared parenting the default, not the exception. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I'm Larry DeMarco, the Executive Manager of the International Council for Men and Boys. Go to menandboys.net and click the pop-up, enter your email address, and join the wave. You'll get our weekly press releases and other important updates of our work on behalf of gender equality for men. I'm also the founder of the Law Center, and I produce free and low-cost resources for self-represented litigants. For more information, go to thelawcenter.net.